about a third of the questions that came through could be traced back to the value that realtors receive from their membership dues and the types of investments that are being made with those dollars. We're going to skip over advocacy and government affairs because, like I said, I think NAR does a stellar job with that. But let's discuss a more controversial investment, and that is consumer advertising. Over the past few years, advertising has become one of the largest line items on the NAR budget. And some argue that the message that realtors can help consumers buy and sell homes is a message that's already clear in consumers' minds. And so the question is, why does NAR continue to spend tens of millions of dollars every year to advertise this message? Does the message need to be changed? And if not, why does NAR believe in it?
Yeah, well, we have, first and foremost, we have a committee of members that are communications members that help us with, in fact, they actually drive what the messages should be and what the approach is, and working with our leadership. The challenge we have is, and I will tell you on one hand, why the advertising helps protect NAR and its members, because it helps us when we're out there talking about the differences, in essence, by conveying the importance of what a realtor brings to a table, helps us defend a $5 billion brand in trademark challenges. Because we are able to say, we spend millions telling consumers and helping educate them about the differences between a realtor and a non-member.
And is that working? Do consumers know the difference?
Well, I don't have all the stats in front of me, and I'd be happy to share it with you so you can let your viewers see it. But when the outside ad agencies who actually monitor unaided recall and things like that in the advertising area show the effectiveness of it, that is reported to the committee and to our leadership to validate is what we're doing effective. It is, so we have seen the positive sides of that. Now, what we always get is the battle of what is the best, most effective ad.
Sure.
The last ads that ran were geared very highly because they felt the importance was dealing with that millennial crowd that I mentioned, where we've seen such a drop-off because of a lot of factors, some of which is they're more do-it-yourself type people.
Right.
And so we had a very successful campaign with great measured results. But then what happens is when you're dealing with a constituency that are not made up of just millennials, while it was very positive and unaided recall of what the realtor message is to the audience we were going after was very positive, you also deal with the fact that, as I said, our membership diversity of ages, some of them look at it going, I don't get what the purpose of the ad is. It doesn't connect with me.
So how do you reconcile that or educate maybe the boomers in the audience about these marketing messages? So I think you're talking about the Philadelphia ad, which I can see why that targets millennials, and it probably did a very effective job in doing that. But some of the comments we got on social media, Lindsay Emerson, a top producer from Colorado, says, why the Philadelphia commercials? They're embarrassing. They make realtors look like idiots. Ruth Jones, a realtor from Virginia Beach, says the ads on TV should inform the public and not make a joke of our profession. And so again, I understand that these are targeting millennials, and this is probably an endearing character. How do you communicate that to some of the realtors out there?
And I think that's a fair perspective that people will have opinions. I mean, you have 30 people in a room that will have 30 different opinions of it. We have a committee structure that is made up of very talented people that are on the communications committee, who had pitches from many different advertising agencies with concept and ideas. I would say this to the industry, for input, use those members that are part of making those decisions to have your voice known specifically. I will tell you, when we had the very serious ads that were before, people turned around and criticized it and said, people think it's too serious. So you always get different opinions. I will tell you, I mean, I was a big fan personally when you look at, I don't know how many of your viewers have seen some of the Canadian real estate ads, which were just exceptionally brilliant. Take a look at it. I thought, I was like, I love that. The Canadians were telling me they were getting all kinds of negatives from their members because they thought it wasn't hitting the mark. And yet we looked at it and was like, wow, that was great. So it goes back to the idea of asking our members that when they have opinions like that, look at the committee members that are involved with that to express your input and opinions. It's not a closed society on that. I mean, that is the positive of the governance structure to get ideas on that.